Some of these kids, they're what you call a diamond in the rough, and you wouldn't know they exist unless you really searched out for them, and you wouldn't know that they had the capabilities that they have and able to blossom and be successful if we don't give them the opportunity to. My name is Gene Rebecca. I work for Communities in Schools here at North Charleston High School. I'm a site coordinator and also a student support specialist.
North Charleston High School is a unique school in that we are probably one of the lowest performing high schools in all of South Carolina. We've had a state index rating of at risk for multiple years. I'm the 8th principal in the past 11 years. High poverty, high minority count, and they're some of the most remarkable young men and women you'll ever meet.
Mr. Rebecca, he's a nice, outgoing person. He has a good spirit. He's sort of like a father figure to me because anything I need, like anything, he can help me. And my father, he works 12 hours a day, so he basically works and sleeps. So he don't really have no time to spend. And Mr. Rebecca, it doesn't matter what it is. When I need him, he's there.
I came from a broken home. I came from a dysfunctional family. I lived in Haiti. And so I've seen the worst of the worst situations, and I know if there is possibility for me, and if I made it out, they can too. The great thing is I can relate, so I can speak to them from my perspective, you know, and show them another side that they may not be able to see with their naked eye.
Mr. Rebecca is one of those people you run into who actually cares for students and does everything in his power to make sure that they actually get by in life and reach their common goals.
How's your mom doing?
She's doing good.
I heard about some stuff with you and your dad. Did y'all get that situated? Y'all got it worked out?
Yeah, everything's worked out.
You sure?
Yeah. Now we're a family. Okay, I'll see you later, Mr.
All right, stop by my office if you need to talk to me, okay? Have a good day.
Mr. Rebecca is strong, a man of steel. Like, he has an S on his chest and nobody even knows it.
One of the things you have to understand is you are a leader, all right? You're not a follower, you are a leader. And those kids that stay with you after school and following you around and stuff like that, you know, I don't want them to be a bad influence on you. I don't want to see them pull you down.
He's incredible. He really is. I can't tell you how much of an asset for Ms. Rebecca. And as an administrator, we need that because sometimes we're stuck and we don't know where to go because the students really, they need help. They won't talk to us, but they will talk to Mr. Rebecca because he gains that trust in them and that love and that caring. He's amazing, wonderful man.
You have a good one. Hey, remember, man, I want to see some good things in those classes, okay?
Yes,
I talked to Ms. Southall. She had some positive things to say. All right, so keep it up.
Communities in Schools is an organization where our primary goal is to bridge the gap between what schools can offer and what students and family need within the community. So that gap tends to be pretty big in schools that are producing a lot of dropouts. So Communities in Schools comes in to not only support individual students, but also support whole school by connecting the school and the students to community resources.
Communities in Schools brings all the resources of the community and wraps them around the school to free teachers up to be teachers and make sure every kid has a personal relationship with a caring adult, a safe place, a marketable skill, a chance to give back in a healthy life.
Usually I try to check in with the students first thing in the morning to find out what's going on, how their day was, what they're looking forward to.
You can't last as a site coordinator, just like you can't last in an emergency room very long. If, number one, you don't have passion about what you're doing.
I got a bone to pick with you, man. I was going to call your mom today.
What's that for?
Because I haven't seen you in a hot minute, and your teachers, man. I mean, what's going on with you?
I've been getting up on that. I've been missing some days. Well, I really wasn't missing days. I just was coming late.
Extremely late. There's a chance that you may not graduate. This is buckle down time, man. It's a very diverse job, and it's a fulfilling job as well, as you can see, because at the end of the day, to be that involved in a child's life, I think is a privilege, especially when we're talking about setting forth or positioning them for a greater future.
The site coordinator is the key to the whole process.
Is his mom here?
Yeah, back in the conference room, the principal's conference room.
They're the eyes and the ears and the links to the community, to the corporate community, to the parent, to the guardian.
I'm concerned about this gentleman because I know his potential. I know the type of person he is. He's a gentleman. And lately I've had several teachers, approach me in reference to him. I want to see this man become successful.
The site coordinator is the key to building that whole thing. They're the weavers. They're the ones that bring it together.
It's that serious that right now he needs the seat time. Not only that is, you're missing the work.
Anybody that's been at this a while can tell you about fourth grade who's going to make it and who's not.
So I want to kind of find out, what was going on and what we can do to basically, resolve this situation, and in what way can I be of help to you and to you guys.
I always say one thing, that it's relationships that change people, not programs, or I wouldn't be here today. Only 5 of my friends made it to 30 years old without being dead or in jail, and it was this guy came in our neighborhood after I'd been dismissed for a while from high school, got me back in school very quickly, and if he hadn't come into our pool hall in Pittsburgh, I don't think I'd be sitting here. And that led me to want to give back. Actually, the idea of communities in school started in the 1960s when a few friends and I ended up on the streets in New York City working with young people, giving back like somebody had given to us. A friend paid for a little place up in Harlem, and we had one gift, and that was hanging out. We started taking kids in to live, because how can you say you love somebody and let them live on a rooftop? And so all these basics that you see, we have a personal relationship with a caring adult, a safe place, a marketable skill, a chance to give back in a healthy life, all came out of that journey in the 60s. Because we got turned around by a caring adult. That's what we knew how to do. And then I found out there wasn't any safe communities, so we started housing kids, and then we backed into education. So we started our own school. I partnered up in Harlem, and then I started one in an old factory on the Lower East Side under the Brooklyn Bridge. Things started blowing up. All of a sudden we had interest from the mayor and from the corporate world. We'd started in Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta. In the 70s, I was asked to testify up here about why so many of our young people made it. A lot didn't. I spoke at 12 funerals by the time I was 25 and was very bitter about it. And that's when we decided we'd go inside the system and keep kids from dropping out in the first place, because it wasn't sustainable. We had to turn off the faucet instead of bailing out the basement. So we started with 100 young people in Atlanta, Georgia, in one school.
When we wake up, get ready for work, we have no idea what the adventure is going to be, or what to look forward to, how the day's gonna be spent. We're just ready for whatever, even emergencies such as this. Be able to work out? Yeah, sure. All right, go ahead and change and meet me upstairs, okay? All right. Thank you.
Mr. Rebecca is my inspiration. The students here absolutely love him. I am so jealous in a good way of how he inspires the students.
What's going on? What's going on? You still playing football, man?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'll meet you with you tomorrow, okay?
You're more famous than everybody. The school campus don't even want you that much.
Listen,
okay?
I don't want you to miss the bus, okay?
Like last time I missed the bus.
Sometimes I come here and I have students that are homeless, and I have students that have no lights, no water, and then they are still obliged to come to school and learn and pass and go home with no food.
If you guys did not remember, the point of the game is you cannot answer the question. You can only ask a question.
The reality of the situation sometimes, when it's in your face, it is more than you could even imagine. I don't want to cry, so I'm going to just keep talking.
3, 2, Trey on, restart.
What kind of socks do I have on? What color is that? What color is that?
Out.
It's heartbreaking because sometimes I even meet students that have learned helplessness or hopelessness. They don't even see past today. They don't see past tomorrow. And a lot of the students here, sometimes they don't have the desire to dream because no one has taught them or even encouraged them to dream again. So that's my greatest challenge, to try to teach them that it's not just teach them, but empower them to know that you have the ability to be whatever you really want to be.
Right now it's after school. We have a couple of students that's staying after to basically work out, work on their health, work on their agilities, get ready for their upcoming sports that they're going to be playing, and also keep some of them out of the streets and from the high-end busy activities that usually takes place after school.
He's always working. He does it without recognition, without wanting to be put on a pedestal. He do it because he loves it.
This guy, he's just constantly on the go. He's constantly doing something to assist the kids of North Charleston, and I don't even know how much he makes, but it's not nearly enough.
When you're talking about building a relationship with students and you know, building a community, this is where it starts. You have to put the time in.
He does weight training, tutoring, mentoring. Every morning I say, "Good morning, Miss Rebecca, how are you? Did you sleep here?" And he laughs because he never goes home. I don't think he does.
Jump up, yeah. Hey, I didn't say on your knees, I said push-ups. Come on now.
We have a lot of bright students. Oftentimes, they just need some guidance and some support, direction to uplift their dreams and their ambitions. Remember, this is wise guys, so wise guys carry themselves a certain way. You guys are leaders in the school. That means when everybody else is getting in trouble, you're doing your best not to get into that same trouble. The way I start my Wise Guys group is when we come together, we basically shake hands, firm handshake, which instills confidence. It also shows respect. I usually teach them to say Mr. or Mrs. if it's in reference to an adult, good morning, you know, good evening, etc. Those simple life skills that we think is extremely important in developing our boys to become men. What you're going to do is you're going to interview, all right, your partners and find out a little bit about them.
I'm Dylan Godwin. I interviewed Freddie. He's from New York, 17, like to play soccer and football. Say he's scared of nothing. His middle name is Dagoberto. Have 13 brothers and sisters, 2 of them passed, and for his free time, he liked to hang out with his girlfriend.
If you don't mind me asking what happened, how did they pass?
I don't even know what happened.
You don't know what happened?
I just know they passed away like 3 years ago.
Okay, okay.
I had an opportunity to interview Dylan Godwin. He's from Austin, Texas, 17 years old. He likes to play basketball and football. He is the middle one in his family. Has visited India in the past, and he likes to chill after school and talk on the phone. And he accidentally shot himself in the knee.
Say that last part again.
And he accidentally shot himself.
How do you shoot yourself?
I was playing with my cousin's gun.
Uh-huh.
I was doing like that and shot myself in the knee.
Was it a valuable lesson that was learned? Okay, cool. When they get opportunities like what community and schools have to offer, usually, you know, that's when you see these kids really blossom and become all that they can be, and they actually work towards making their dream a reality.
25 years from now, my dream for my students would include Ms. Smith, I'm running for the President of the United States of America. Or Ms. Smith, I moved to Brazil and opened schools there. Or Ms. Smith, you would never believe I am now the principal at North Charleston High School. Something that would blow me away.
We don't always know if we're meeting that particular need that's going to change that student's life for the long haul. So if 25 years from now I get a call from one of the students and you know, their life indeed have changed for the greater or the better, I would be tremendously, I don't know if I can say this, blessed and honored.
If we can change policy in one school, and that's where AT&T has really helped us with Breakthrough to get a corporation to fund our psych coordinators. And then the dream is that every school in America has psych coordinators.
Honestly, I think I'm living my dream. To be able to give back, to be able to inspire, to be able to equip, that's my dream. And hopefully, if I can inspire somebody else to do the same, then I think I'm doing my job.